and then he lighted a candle, and then they hide themselves in a corner of the room behind some clothes which were uh, hanging hanging there, and they watched. A few minutes later, they saw that two men came to their room, and they sat on their table, and they tried to make a pitch of shoes. But that time there was no cloth with their body, and their body were totally open, and they were naked. And and when they completed their work, they returned and they leave the room, and the shoemaker wife said that the shoemaker wife said that we must show that we are grateful for it. And the shoemaker said that obviously we will do it. And the shoemaker's wife said that I will make some clothes, some trousers, and you will make two pair of shoes for giving them. But next day, when there was when all of them were was completed, uh, the shoemaker and his wife uh, put the shoemaker and his wife the shoemaker and his wife they put cloth shoe on their table. When the two men came their room, they didn't they, they said that there was no leather on the table, and that's why they were very amazed, and and because they didn't see any kind of cloth and any kind of cloth trousers in their life, and that's why uh, they were amazed.
They were what? They were immersed.
জি ম্যাম, আশ্চর্য হয়েছিল আর কি।
Acha, amazed, not immersed. They were amazed. Amazed, amazed. Okay.
জি ম্যাম, they were amazed, and they dressed themselves. At last, they danced and sat on sat on the bench, and finally they danced out of the door, and the story was in. And then, from my point of view, there was a piece of advice in the story. Obviously, we will be grateful uh, in front of our uh, um, beneath person, a benign person. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. All right. All right. Thank you for listening to the story. Yes. And it was interesting. And if you went through the poem was actually about the child labor. We nowadays we see a lot of examples of child labor, and it was like more before, but now that people are getting like they are getting more considerate, they are getting more um opinionated, and they are becoming more conscious. So like nowadays the situation is getting less in amount, I think. Yet so the poem was about child labor. As you both didn't go through the poem, I would like to give the same poem for tomorrow's homework as well. right? So Nadim, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So Nadim, first thing I would like to ask you, mm, that as you know that whenever people get older, or they are like the time they perceive, or the value of their time, they understand them more and more. So like it is a that it is such an important topic or practical topic that we all should know something, we all should say something about it. So, what would you like to answer to this question that, like in a day, how much free time do you usually have in a day? How much like free time do you have?
Ma'am, basically, every day I uh, I spend very uh, busy time, but in the meantime, I get 2 hours probably in a in every day get free time 2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours. So, uh, actually, as we know that it is very important for us, like to you will have, and the previous day I also asked that yes, how much, like how do you utilize your time properly, but now I want to ask you, is time important to you, or how much the time is important to you?
Yes, ma'am. It's, time is very important for me because uh, now I realize that time is uh, very important because previous year or previous time I spent my time very uh, uh, ma'am, মানে ম্যাম এটা কি ওই যে দিলে ইয়েস ম্যাম dilemma ম্যাম but uh, right now I cannot get enough time for my study and for myself because all the day I spend uh, with my academic studies or co-curriculum activities or extracurriculum activities, and even in every night we have an online class, uh, uh, English speaking or academic class. So now I can understand uh, what is the value of time, and uh, it's really important for me because if I get enough time right now, if I get enough time, it's I can proper use.
Like I can, you could say that I can use the time properly, right? Yes. Yes, as you already said that if you had more time, like you could use it properly. So, but the thing I want to ask you, Nadim, that you, if you had more time, if you had if there was more time at your hand, what would you like to do in that free time? How would you like to spend your free time?
Sorry, ma'am, I can't understand, ma'am.
I said, likewise, you said that time is very important right now, and if you had more time, you could use it properly. So now I am asking you that if you got, suppose that if you get more 2 hours, like 2 hours more in a day, so what will you do with that time? How will you utilize that time? Utilize মানে ব্যবহার করা. So how will you utilize that time?
Ma'am, if I get enough time, extra time, obviously I will utilize very proper way, and that and it can be more study, or it can be improve my soft skill like computer typing, graphic design, or my improvement my debating skill as well, ma'am.
Right. All right. That's great actually. Also, whenever time that we talk about time, whenever we mention time, we also mention frequently about the word money. So time is money. There are many people, or there are most of the people who says that time is money. Do you agree with this or disagree, Nadim?
Obviously, ma'am, it undoubtedly, ma'am, it's time is money, because uh, oh, for example, ma'am, when I spend with my student, and I give him, or I give him enough time for his study purpose, and they pay salary and minimum salary, and it is the example, ma'am. But um, in this month, Mamun and also me, we cannot get enough time, but uh, we also try to get more space for only for the non-academic study, because we uh, because if we study more, we can get a good job, and we, for this reason, time we can use time properly, we can utilize our time properly. So obviously, ma'am, time is money, ma'am.
Yes, yes, of course. And there are times, Nadim, that of course each and every person must feel this. They have kind of guilty. There are many within us. Even I also feel sometimes that no, I didn't properly use today, and I felt guilty about it. So, do you have any that kind of guilty that, or how do you feel that when the time has wasted by you, or maybe unnecessarily, any kind of by, or maybe doing any task that actually didn't give you anything, it just wasted your time. So how do you feel about it, or how do you actually do you waste your time whenever you like there is time, whenever there is a time and the time gets wasted by you anyhow somehow. So how do you deal with it? Like, how do you feel about it? And how do you deal with it after you feel that guilt?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when I spend my time unnecessarily, uh, without any kind of work, just spend time unnecessarily. But after that, ma'am, I can realize, and I am getting feel I feel guilty, because uh, that time I can realize I spend a huge time without any work, without any study, just uh, my laziness, ma'am. So after that, I uh, I I, uh, I promised myself, in next 2 or 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, or next some days I cannot spend my time without. Uh, uh, I cannot spend my time unnecessarily. So in this way I uh, mm, ma'am
What are you trying to say, Nadim? I can hear.
I deal with, ma'am, I deal with myself, ma'am.
You? What do you do?
I ম্যাম, আমি এটাকে আসলে মানে এইভাবে ডিল করি আসলে, এটা বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম, আই ডিল উইথ মাই সেলফ ইন দিস ওয়ে।
I deal the problem. I deal with the problem in this way. You don't deal with
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
You deal with the problem. Yes. Yes. So
Yes, I
you
did.
like after for the next 2 or 3 days, you don't waste the time and you cover up the time for that reason, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For the time that you wasted. And Nadim, that you have the time you already have wasted. Uh, do you regret, or maybe like there are many who waste their time by while regretting about the time that the time they have wasted? Do you regret about it or waste your time on it or not?
Ma'am, ma'am, can you repeat the question, ma'am? Sorry, ma'am, because I cannot understand, ma'am. I have
I see
some problem, ma'am.
network issues, maybe. I don't know. Uh, yes. So, or is my voice breaking, or is there any issue with my voice, or like, can you like loudly, clearly hear me?
Ma'am, basically, I came my home. That's why here network is issue is very poor, ma'am. And sometimes I cannot get you. That's why I just
Okay.
request
All right.
you,
All
ma'am.
right.
Please
All right, Nadim.
repeat the question, ma'am. Just
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, Nadim. So I said ki there is a moment that when there are many people who, after wasting their time, they regret about it, and they also waste their time by regretting, and they waste like 3 or 4 days, like wasting after wasting their time, they spend the time by regretting. So do you also do that way, or do you deal with it in another way? Do you regret, or
ma'am,
you
just a
just
moment.
let go of the past? Regret মানে হচ্ছে গিয়ে অনুতাপ করা.
Uh, ma'am, I got your question, ma'am. Basically, my father was called me. So, ma'am, in this uh, in this in this time, I can say that I already waste my time. So here have uh, uh, if I regret and spend sorry waste another time, it's also um, worse for me. So that's why I cannot regret in next time, because I already realized that in next time I will um, I I should use it properly. So that's why I cannot regret in next.
All right, got it, got it. Thank you, Nadim. Thank you for your answers. And now, Mamun, can you hear me?
जी मैम जी जी
Right, Mamun. So most of the people, it's not, even though it's not about all the people, but there are many people, most of the people, we feel lot of liking towards music. They love music, and most of the people feel very strong emotions, like very strong emotions which are like emotionally related to their mental condition. And those strong emotions like you cannot recover from them. So especially, and when it's come to the music that they love or hate the most, right? So there are some musics that you love, and there are some musics that you don't like, or there are some musics that you hate. So right now I would like to ask you that do you like music, Mamun? Music or listening to songs?
yes ma'am. I like music very much, and every night when when I go to my bed, I open my uh, AirPod, and then I play some kind of music. Basically, this music was sang by Balam, uh, and then uh, I started it, and ma'am, then uh, I was
Started.
starting
I
singing,
started.
and
Mamun, you do
yeah,
it every day, right? You do it every day. So it's already in present. It's you did yesterday and you are doing it today and you will do it tomorrow. So it's present, right?
yes, ma'am,
Simple
every
present
day.
form. Yes. So right. So what kind of music is that? The Balam's music? Is it what type of music? Folk music.
It's not folk. Folk. It's maybe uh, sadness song, ma'am.
Okay. All right. It's related to sadness, heartbrokenness, right?
जी ma'am.
Ma'am, make up music, ma'am.
All right. I get it. I get it. Um, yeah, sad musics. Actually, there are different types of musics. Like sad music doesn't always they don't content like with they relate to breakups. They also sometimes relate to your how should I say it, your mental condition. They also relate sometimes with your um, um, frustration, your depression, and it also is related to those things. It doesn't mean that you always have to go through a breakup and that's how you become depressed or you became frustrated. It also can happen by the way you lead your everyday life, the way you were living in your society. All those things also matter, and those are those the things that you also can like. Always the sad song doesn't mean that it will be about breakups, right? All right. So uh, mm, uh, like okay. So now Mamun, now that you said that you like listening to Balam's music, so um, how do like you feel when you listen to his music, or how it makes to feel, um how those things, these songs make you to feel the way that you feel? What are those kind of feelings that you feel while listening to those music?
Then first of all, I cannot express my emotion by hearing this song. But when uh, I heard this song, I feel very beautifully, and I feel very deeply. And then when I have no depression and no frustrated, and it's my natural thing, and that's why I love it very much. And most of the time I heard this kind of song, and
Most of the time just for the music, because you love the melody whenever the like singer is singing, or maybe the voice or the tone. What's the reason?
voice.
Voice. Acha, Balam's voice. You love his voice. Okay, for the voice you
Yeah,
listen to music.
जी, जी.
Right. But there are some songs that you like to listen for the lyrics. Lyrics means the মানে কথাগুলো, যে কথাগুলো গানের কথা. Then some like the music for the like the song for the music or the melodies, and some like the voice of the like singer. So yes, it takes all those things to like a music. So you like the voice of the singer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha. So, as you have talked about Balam, so I am not, I know his name, but I'm not that much aware about his album. So, does he have many albums which got released and which are popular? Do you have any idea?
Ma'am, I have no idea about his album, but he was very famous singer in our country. When I was a student of class 10, at that time I was listening his music, and I didn't remember any kind of name of his music album.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. Got it. Totally fine. Like, get it. Uh, Also, as you listen to music, do you have any idea, Mamun? Also, do you listen to music from Coke Studio that just which just started in Bangladesh, Coke Studio? Do you listen to the music from them?
Um, Coke Studio.
Yes, recently it was previously started in India, and they had all types of Hindi songs. But now in Bangladesh, they also opened in Coke Studio Bangla, and they have such great songs. And their Arnob and all the singers, they like mash up together and they make great music. Do you listen? Did you listen any of those songs? Did you listen to?
I have heard the music of Coke Studio, which was made by Indian singer, but ma'am, uh, I didn't know it that Bangladeshi Bangladeshi singers they made the Coke Studio.
Yes, they did, and they are doing great job actually. So I will share some two or three videos with you, so two or three songs, I guess, and you will really like it. You will really like it. And do you know, Mamun, that what type of music is on trend in Bangladesh right now? What type of music?
I didn't know it, but
You don't. All right, you don't know about it, right? Yes, it's common, it's normal. Actually, the folk culture, the singers nowadays, they are trying to bring back the folk songs again, once again. So I think Coke Studio is actually giving their hands to bring back all those folk songs, and they are doing actually great jobs. And the instruments, the music systems, they are also great. I would like to share some of those songs with you. Yes, right. So now, um, Nadim, if I Nadim, I will go to Nadim now. That you know that mm, beauty, the word beauty is a topic which actually geared towards um, women, more to women than to men in our society, right? So however, and but without all those things, there are situations where anyone and everyone, they appreciate beauty in all its forms. It can be a person, a man, a woman, whoever, and anyone can recognize the importance of the concept of beauty in our cultures, in our societies, in our behaviors, and um, there are some men who also try to, they also, you will be surprised, and they also take care of themselves, like and grooming, they also do the grooming to themselves. So do you know what is beauty, what is the word beauty, and how will you like to, how if I ask you what is beauty, how will you define it, Nadim?
Ma'am, it's easy to say beauty, but it's really hard to define. beauty, but we can explain it as an example, like her voice is a very uh, her voice is very nice, and it is one kind of beauty, and his face is uh, his face his or her face is very beautiful. It's one kind of beauty. So ma'am, beauty basically is uh, here no bound. Here beauty has no boundary, so it's defined, or its classification is very tough for everyone, but we can say, mm, in word as an example, it's or it can be any kind of work that he or she do it or doing it. So, ma'am, it's my point of view, ma'am.
Yes, yes, it totally differs from person to person. And the other thing that what does inner beauty mean to you? Inner beauty, you have heard about the word inner beauty, right? So what is inner beauty to you?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's me, or ma'am, inner beauty is a
No, no, no,
definition,
you,
ma'am.
you. What do you feel about inner beauty? What do you think? What is inner beauty?
I think, ma'am, it's adjustment, ma'am, and uh, I can manage, or I can adjust any kind of person, or any kind of place, ma'am. So it's I think it's my inner beauty, ma'am.
All right, it's your inner beauty. No, about not yourself, Nadim. I asked that what do you think about a person that, or any kind of person, a man, woman, a child, or a older person, whoever it is, what do you think should be the
Yes,
inner
ma'am.
beauty of a person?
Ma'am, basically, inner beauty depends on a specific person, but and it can be different from another one. So a person uh, have inner beauty is mm, one person can be uh, a good behavior, or uh, or another person, his writing hand is very beautiful. It can be his inner beauty, but he cannot express, or she cannot express himself or herself in front of another people, or anyone can drawing, but she or he also don't express uh, in front of mass people. So, ma'am, it depends on various people and uh,
Situations.
various situation. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Um, mm, Nadim, that there are many people in our society that, not many people actually, they're mostly the celebrities, because the other people they don't have the money. So there are some people who do the surgeries, they do artificial things on their faces, on their bodies. So do you consider that artificial beauty or cosmetic beauty, or maybe putting on some makeup, or putting on whatever that makes the person, that enhances the person's beauty, and or maybe surgery, not the, no, 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 leave alone the makeups, I'm not talking about makeups. Just say, what do you feel about the cosmetic surgeries by which a person makes herself or himself look better? So what do you feel about it? Is it also a beauty, uh, from your viewpoint?
Ma'am, it's not, ma'am. In my point of view, it's not a beauty, ma'am, because natural thing is always natural and looks very beautiful. But when she or he thinks he can be he can be change your uh,
He can
he
change.
can be changed he,
They
he
can
can
change.
change his yes, they can change their mm, they can change their face, or uh, they can surgery themselves. It's ma'am uh, not it's not a it's not a good work, ma'am. It's not a good work, but because in my point of view, natural thing is always more beautiful than others, than artificial things, because it's God gifted, and always God gifted is always better for uh, all the things, ma'am.
Mm, yes. Um, right. Um, and now, you know that there nowadays people they have standards, beauty standards. Uh, how do you feel about the emphasis that people put on beauty these days? Like they put on more like they put more stress on beauties, মানে তারা বেশি জোর দেয় স্ট্রেস মানে এখানে ইয়ে নয় কঠোর পরিশ্রম, এখানে স্ট্রেস মানে হলো বেশি জোর দেয়. So people like put more stress on the um not on the inner beauty rather than the outer beauty of a person. So what do you feel about it? Do you also consider it correct or not?
Ma'am, ma'am, obviously people can like to see outer look or outer beauty, but in my point of view, if anyone can ask me what is uh, more better, so obviously I will tell him that inner beauty is it's it's uh, inner beauty is always above than others. So if uh, if anyone can change, or if anyone can improve his inner beauty, it's satisfied uh, himself or themselves, and uh, it's always the good man. But outer look, it can be changeable, and if if a person already uh, uh, take a surgery, or then he also can change his or her face. So inner beauty is is it's long, মানে ম্যাম এটা
Long run,
দীর্ঘস্থায়ী ম্যাম,
the long run
লং,
thing,
ইয়েস
মানে
ম্যাম,
boring.
the
Yes,
long run ম্যাম.
long run thing. Right. Thank you, Nadim. And now I will go back to Mamun. Mamun, you know that there are many things that people like to do, and shopping is one of them. So shopping is becoming more and more prevalent actually, and it brings about some peace or just in some people. So many people they love shopping, doing all those things, and there are some other people they are strongly feel the other thing about it. They don't feel good about shopping, and very people are like they are totally neutral, mane they have both the good and bad, the same type of that. Yes, it has good things, and it also has some bad things about it. So um do you enjoy shopping, Mamun?
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't enjoy it because just I feel it. I need uh, two or three clothes, and I just buy it and I dress it. But I didn't any kind of cloth with my need, and that's why, ma'am. That's why, ma'am. I didn't like. shopping very much. But
All
I
right.
think I think most of the shopping lovers who is the girls
Who are what?
who are মানে বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম যে ম্যাম girls are the most
They are
lover of
more into shopping. They are more into shopping. Okay. Mamun, shopping can mean that you were shopping. You can that also can mean that you are buying some kind of ingredients or maybe some kind of furnitures. That also counts, and maybe some shopping kind of books. That also counts. Then vegetables, buying vegetables. That also counts. So I'm talking about all those things. Then what do you feel?
oh
Not only
um,
the clothes.
ma'am, then I like very much shopping because every week we about 3 or 4 days I went to old
Go to.
bookshop. You know, I go to old bookshop and I'm searching many kinds of book which is important and which is need for me, and then I will buy it. And it's my uh, habit, and I like it very much. And
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mamun. Actually, that also nowadays, Mamun, you see that there are many people who are more interested into online shopping. There are people who do online, who shop online and do like they do buy things from online. So, how do you feel about online shopping? Do you have positive overview or negative overview towards online shopping?
I think there are two sides in online shopping. One of it positive, and second is negative. When a thing is very neat for me, but I have no enough time, I cannot go to the outside in my room because of some kind of problem and some kind of issue. That's why that time it will be very helpful, and it will be very uh, helpful for us. But one thing, ma'am, it's the negative. There is a negative part in online shop when because 2 or 3 months ago, my elder brother she ordered a shows in Daraz, uh, but but the online shop owner they gave they gave him the different types of shoes which he didn't choose it. That's why, ma'am, I think there was a two type of views in online shop, and
And
ma'am, I think positive thing is here because because we are living in a modern era, and both all of the thing is available in online, and we can buy any kind of thing from online. For example, rice, anything. And I think uh, sometimes it's very positive, and
yes, I get it. I totally get it, Mamun. Yes, and the last question would be, Mamun, what do you think in future, what type of turn the shopping is going to turn? Like, do you think that the each and everything will get to online? And do you think there are some things which we can't buy in online? And what do you feel about it? Or there will be some kinds of things that will still be available offline, and there will be no there will be no different path of using them or buying them from online. What do you feel about it?
Ma'am, still now we can buy many things from online. And 2 or 3 days ago, I watched a video, and this video shows that uh, we can take an appointment of a doctor, and they make a app, and by using this app, we can take appointment with this doctor. And when she take me in the media of online, she provide a prescription and medicine. And I also see that the apps the apps the apps give us many kind of medicine. And that's why, ma'am, I thought everything will be will be gone on online source.
Yes, everything will go to online source some days. Yes, it's true actually for some things, and for some things still I feel that, and if those things happen na, some days we will, that way you said that you go to market and buy books from the shops, you will miss that thing, because going in a shop and smelling the books and the smell of the bookstores, you will miss it. If you go, if everything goes by online, goes to online, everything becomes that much easier to you, comes at hand that much. So but it will also give so much, maybe uh, job, maybe it will give so much more work for many people. That will also be a good thing in another way. But yes, maybe someday all those things will be available on online. You don't even need to go to the stores. So yes, that can happen, right? So I think I will end the class here, and we will start our next class from, and I will give you 20 to 25 minutes, or maybe we'll start our next class from 9:30. Okay. So yes, today's
Okay, ma'am.
homework. Okay, I got it only from Mamoon, the other, like from the basic grammar class. So yes, I hope the others will send me the homeworks of the next class, mm, within this time, if possible. Right. So, right, I will leave the class. Meet you in the next one.